If your one-on-ones feel awkward or you never know what to say, this video is going to help you fix that. I am going to give you 17 questions to ask your manager during your next one-on-one so that you can get clear feedback, better support, and real direction for your growth. Hi, if we haven't met before, I'm Jen, and I have 20 years experience in developing leaders and helping individuals to grow and be more effective. If those types of tips are the things you need, go ahead and hit the like button and let's dive in. Let me ask you something. Are you using your one-on-one meetings with your manager, or are you just sitting through them? Maybe you're just waiting for your manager to ask you a question or give a status update. But one-on-ones should be more than just progress reports. They should be quick check-ins, more than surface level conversations that you have very quickly before you get back to work. Really and truly, the one-on-one is one of the most powerful career growth tools you have. You have your leader's undivided attention in that one-on-one setting. And the difference between someone who grows fast in their career and someone who stays stuck could be the quality of the questions they ask in these meetings. In this video, I'm going to give you 17 powerful, practical questions that you can ask your manager during your one-on-one so you stand out, grow faster, and take control of your career. And don't worry, these are friendly, natural, and easy to use. So, let's dive in. First of all, your manager isn't just there to assign tasks. They're there to guide your growth. And your one-on-one is your dedicated time to get feedback, clarify expectations, explore opportunities, and build a stronger relationship. If you're not actively using your time for those purposes, you're leaving your career growth on the table. So before we jump into the questions, let's fix a few common mistakes. Mistake number one is being passive. If you're just answering questions and not asking any, you're missing half the conversation. Mistake number two is only giving updates. Your manager already sees your work. And yes, they may need an update or a progress report on particular items, but your one-on-one really should go deeper than that. Mistake number three is avoiding meaningful topics. Sometimes growth requires a little bit of courage, and asking the right questions shows initiative, not weakness. So, let's dive into these questions. Our first category of questions are performance questions. So, let's start there. These questions help you understand how you're doing and how to improve. You could ask something like, what am I doing well now that I should continue? This is such a powerful question. It helps you to understand exactly how you should continue or areas of strength that you could grow on. The next question is, where do you think I can improve the most? This one may be hard to ask because you may be afraid of the answer. But if you don't know where they see opportunities for you to improve, how can you improve them? Question number three. How does my performance compare to expectations for my role? Again, another one that could be hard to hear. But if you don't know, if they're not giving you that feedback already, this is vital for your career because you could think that you're meeting all their expectations and then be surprised at your year-end performance review to find out they thought you missed the mark. So this is a really important question to have. And another question that most people never think to ask is, what would exceeding expectations look like? So it's one thing to say, yes, you're doing a good job and you're doing what you're supposed to do and keep doing it. But how do you go above and beyond? What does that look like? Helping to identify that gives you a target to go for so that you can really show them all the great things you can do. These questions show that you care about doing great work and getting better at it. Now, the next category we're going to talk about are growth questions. Question number 5. What skills should I be developing now? This could range anything from skills that you haven't learned yet that you need to have for success, or it could be future skills. What are the types of things that we see in our company, in our industry, that are changing or different? Are there new technologies that I probably should learn and get ahead of the curve because we know eventually they're going to come? This is a way to not only think about skills to help you develop areas that you may be weak in, but it's also a way to think about strategically, how do I grow? Number 6, what opportunities can help me grow in this role? This is a great way to explore maybe non-traditional type learning. So yes, the answer could be, oh, take this class, but there could be projects that you could work on or different things that you could volunteer for that would give you more on the job learning or experiential learning that would help you grow. Number 7, what would it take for me to get to the next level? Now, this is not asking for a promotion, and you need to be very clear that this is not what you are doing. In a lot of companies, promotions are not something that your manager can give you a formula that's going to automatically equal a promotion. However, if you work on the skills that would get you to the next level, it helps your leader to make a better case for you getting to that next level. So understanding what would potentially take you there could be very helpful as you continue to grow. Are there projects I can take on to stretch myself? So this one kind of ties back to question number 6 about opportunities. But this is specifically saying, hey, I am willing to take on additional work. And I know what you're thinking. You're already working hard. You're already doing a lot. Why would you add additional to your already tough workload? And I will tell you, if you are thinking about future roles, especially anything that is a promotion, leadership needs to be able to see that you could take on the added responsibility that would come with the promotion. So asking for stretch assignments can show them that not only are you willing to take on that extra work, but when you successfully complete those stretch projects, it shows them you're willing and you're capable. These questions position you as someone who is thinking ahead, who is being strategic, and managers notice and appreciate that. Now, the next category is alignment. These questions make sure that you and your manager are on the same page. So question number 9, what are your top priorities for me right now? Or you could ask, what are your top priorities for the team? Chances are your team has a lot of work and there are a lot of competing priorities. So getting an alignment of which ones are going to be the most important help you to figure out where to focus your time. Question number 10 is, how can I better support the team's goals? And so now it really is focusing on that team view. What are we trying to get done as a team? And recognizing that I play a part in it. I want to make sure that I'm a great team player and that what I am doing is helping the team win as a whole. Number 11, is there anything I should be focusing more or less on? This is one of my favorite questions because a lot of times we ask one or the other. We don't ask, what could I do more of or what could I do less of? But this question asks both. Getting clarity here can help prevent confusion, make sure that your priorities are aligned with what your manager wants, and could help you to show that you are innovative in future thinking. Our next category is feedback questions. Number 12, what's one thing I could do differently to be more effective? With these feedback questions, it could be hard to ask because you could be afraid of the answer. But again, if you don't know, if this is a blind spot, you're not going to know unless you ask. or unless someone tells you. And it's much better for you to be the one to open up the conversation than for someone to come back and say, well, you're not as effective as you could be because of XYZ. This one is a really good one to open up that conversation. Number 13, how can I communicate better with you, or with the team? This is a great one, especially if your leader has not set any type of communication expectations with you. This is a way to really get to know your leader better with how do you like communication? How do you want to make sure that we're connected and we stay aligned? And number 14, is there any feedback you've been hesitant to share? Now, this last one, it can be extremely difficult to ask your leader. Depending on the leader, there are some leaders that they have no problem sharing the good, the bad, and the ugly. But if you have a leader that you feel like might be hesitant in sharing something, that they're worried about hurting your feelings, this is a good one to ask because it really unlocks valuable insights that you might not have gotten otherwise because they were hesitant. Support questions is our next category. Growth is not something that you're going to do alone. These questions help define how you and your leader will partner in your continued growth and success. So number 15, are there areas where I could support the team better, or that I should be reaching out to the team to support me? It's important that we realize our success is not just based on what we are doing. If the team as a whole wins, everyone wins. So this question shows your leader that you are looking for ways that you can support the entire team in its success, as well as you are aware there may be opportunities where you can be a stronger teammate with receiving support. Because quite honestly, some people struggle with teamwork. They tend to think, I can do it better myself. I'm just going to rush out and do whatever this task is. And they don't necessarily collaborate and partner as strongly and deeply as they should. And so asking this question about how you can support the team or how the team can support you shows that you are looking to have that stronger collaborative teamwork mindset. Number 16, are there resources or tools I should be using? So a lot of times companies will have valuable tools and resources that don't get utilized as often because people don't think about them. You get busy in your day-to-day activities and you forget, oh yeah, my company has an education reimbursement program. I could go out and learn this new skill and the company would pay for it. Or, oh, I forgot that we had these online classes that I could take. It happens all the time. Asking your leader about this could help you to learn more about the things that your company offers to invest in your growth. We have one more question to go and then some bonus tips for you. But before we do that, if you are finding this valuable, don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell so that as we have more tips come out, you'll be notified of them. Let's get to that last question. What challenges do you see coming up and how can I prepare? This is a very strategic question, and it lets them know that you are wanting to grow based on the future of what the company is facing. And the challenges could be something that's very positive, or it could be something that could be a struggle. Either way, these are opportunities for you to potentially get new skills or to set things in place if there's going to be a potentially rough challenge coming that you can help yourself and the team to be more prepared for and to get through it more smoothly. So these questions turn your manager into a true partner in your success. And so now that you have these questions, how do you ask them confidently? Because some of these might feel awkward or I might be a little nervous in asking them. Here's the key. Keep it simple and keep it natural. While I've given you questions to ask, use your own words, your own phrases, things that you would naturally say. And also, don't ask all 17. Pick and choose. Pick 2 to 3 that you feel would be the most relevant or the most important right now, and use them as conversation openers. This is something that you're wanting to do to start the conversation. When you start this conversation, you're going to listen carefully to the answers that they have to say, which may lead to a deeper conversation or it may be something very quick. But the most important thing is that you've opened that door to have the conversation. And don't forget, your tone really matters. Think about friendly, being curious, staying open. Don't look at this as a job interview where you need to be nervous or that you're afraid that they're going to come back and say things that could impact your final year-end rating. Really look at this as just a partnership and having a simple conversation. And that's what makes a great one-on-one. If this has been helpful, check the description and the pinned comment below for additional resources on this topic and other topics on being an effective employee or an effective leader. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.